Ah, Lumser, I'm bored. What plaything do you have to offer me today?
The the something out of the SK system once again, madam.
It's our Florida.
Something I wish it was, but I believe it may have came out of Seattle. Or is
Oh,
it
that's even
California?
worse. Coffee and grunge
Yeah.
bands and
I
lesbians.
wish it
Well,
was
you had
that
me at
subtle.
lesbians.
Same here. But
Doesn't rain all the time. Oh wait, Seattle. Yes,
no.
it does.
Yeah. No wait, that's the UK. But
Also the UK.
also the UK. But something known as the Xbox Game Showcase.
Okay, well, it looks like you have an Xbox beside you there.
Ah, yes, I do. I have it as a. This is my spare. Uh,
You have a
to,
spare. You're gonna keep that in the car boot. It's my spare Xbox.
the way I'm going through the equipment, I better have a damn spare. By the
Also,
way, we still
pawn shop, and thrift store finds.
pawn shop, thrift store finds. By the way, still have that GoFundMe up in regards to if you want to don't. Uh, all funds are acceptable from $1 on up to help offset cost on my end to help get a new or newish laptop, if you will. Sorry to plug shit on Sasha's Go end of things, but either way. But
We know you're sellout. We discussed that last time.
I have to be. I'm Poe.
He's hoeing
No,
himself out. Does that mean I
I
gotta get a
have
pimp?
to.
I gotta get a
I
purple
have
suit
to,
and a
goddamn.
pimp hat? That'd be
But
hilarious.
but for the most part, we had the. It doesn't break. I had the remote upside down. I hate when that happens, but
Yeah, it works better if you're pointing it at the thing it's supposed to do. Unless it's Bluetooth, then it doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. There we go. Basically, I just want to get the name of it correct. And I was watching it, I
He's
believe,
not
the
playing with
other day.
himself, I assure you.
It's something different now. I was watching a little bit through Angry Joe the other day.
Oh
The
God,
Xbox.
Angry
It's called
Joe.
the. Um, Sometimes we have similar uh, impressions in regards to games. Sometimes we don't. But um, it's the Xbox Showcase that just was released. This that aired. I should say re-aired yesterday, but happened over the weekend.
Hmm.
And it's just them releasing a lot of their up and coming hootenanny and whatnot. And what granted, they a lot of it's the same old, same old. Forza, the new driving games coming out.
Forza?
Forza is coming out, that sort of thing. Apparently, there's new Fable 4 is coming out.
It's a
Um,
remake, actually.
there is, I think it's either a DLC for um, Fallout 76. It's going to be Atlantic City. Um,
Oh
what,
boy.
but what interests me is the game called what they showed as a preview. It's called Clockwork Revolution. It has
Mhm.
a Bioshock Infinite vibe to it. So I want to see that and I want to try it out if it comes to Game Pass. But
Isn't it
what
the game that they're
has
saying is like System Shock?
I think so. I'm not sure. But there was a long one. They had it like another half hour, 45 minutes at the end about one of their new games that's coming out. I just lost interest in when I saw that. And it's like I don't want to hear about this game. I don't have any you know problems with it.
I'm just
I think it was like Starfield or something like that.
I'm just laughing that people still like enjoy Fable. I mean, come on, it's Peter Molyneux. Do
Uh,
promises stuff and you're never gonna get anything out of it. Because first it was Fable 4, and then it was Fable Remake, and it's like, come on, Peter, stop lying. Tell us what it really is.
but my issue came out with right between that 45-minute game preview of Starfield or whatever it is. Um,
Starfield looks interesting. I'm
Yeah, I
sure.
think that's what it is. Starfield. It didn't hold my attention, but they had an announcement for pretty much a new version of this. All it is the new version of the Series S. It's going to be in black, and it's going to have a terabyte hard drive.
Okay.
And it's going to be where if you bought this new in stores, it's $300. The black Xbox with a terabyte hard drive in it is going to be $350. And that's where watching a lot of commentators out there, the hypocritical commentators out there, some of them at that, I should say, were up in arms and showing how much of as a self-proclaimed Xbox fanboy himself, how they were showing how much of a PC, or I should say Steam or Epic Play Store fanboy, or a PlayStation or Sony fanboy they were, because they were like, for $50 more at $400, you could buy the all digital version of the PS5.
Okay.
Well, these are the same commentators that were touting how awesome the Series S is, because it's a great entry system, and I believe it is. But the thing is, the same folks are touting the specs and the PC aspect. Is like, well, the Series S doesn't do 60 frames per second. The Series S is not 4K. The Series S is not like, listen, mother.
How
I
many
know you
people
don't
own
care
a
that.
4K TV?
The thing is, one, not many people might own a 4K TV. Those that do, the only ones you can really tell if it's 4K are the ones that are still closer to $1,000, the high-end 4K stuff.
Right.
And you still have to, the ones that might have the mid-range that you could kind of tell, and the ones that are on the high end or anything like that, I'm talking about they are, I'll describe it like this: the Linus Tech Tips type people, they have to fiddle with all the settings and all this, that, and the other to make sure it's the highest quality and the best thing. And I'm like, wait a minute, I might not know about a lot about TVs and settings, but if you adjust the settings, how do I know that settings is going to be strictly for HDMI port 1, or is it for the whole TV?
Yeah.
And if it's for the whole TV, you're setting something that every time you go into the console,
You're going to want to change it.
switch, you have to change it to that system. Not many people are going to do that. Not to mention, if you're, granted, I'm a little bit older, but even when I was younger, I couldn't tell the difference between 780p and 1080p. Me telling the difference between 1080p and 4K, even with the TVs next to each other, are minuscule to me. Literally, they're minuscule. For the average person, the normies out there, maybe I'm not saying you're a normie, but the normie gamers out there.
I don't know the standards for normie dropped.
But the normie gamers out there, this is a great system to get a lot of the next gen games. And some of the folks that are complaining, well, these game companies they don't want to, they're bitching because it's a weaker console. Those are the same companies and the same commentators are saying, yeah, here's the also where the hypocrisy comes in. They point to the companies that were saying that this weaker console are pointing to the reports that when this first came out. And the ones that aren't are pointing to the AAA game companies, I'll say like Bethesda and 2K, or the weaker, smaller AAA companies that couldn't put out a game well. Meaning, if it played on the high end, let's take Renfall, which is the current punching bag game-wise. It couldn't, or let's take Cyberpunk when it came out, 2077.
when it
that it
came
couldn't
out.
play when it came out.
When
It
it
couldn't
came
play
out
well.
as in release date, or when it came out and was functional?
Release date. It couldn't play well. Granted, it was garbage, but it couldn't play well even on the best systems, on the best settings. And what some of these companies are doing, they're blaming the Series S. No, if it's not working well on the better system, you're at fault, not developing on it's not developing for this system. It's you're at fault. And you're just using the Series S as a scapegoat. And it's just, you hear it all the time. It's like, wish I had a bunch of extra bed sheets to put over me, because you and I are both old enough to kind of catch the reference of leave Britney alone.
Yes.
leave Xbox, leave Xbox fans alone.
She has grown and changed as a person. I ain't talking about Britney. I'm not talking about Britney. I'm talking about the person whom the meme came from.
Yeah, I'm sure they've grown and changed as well.
She's changed quite significantly, hence the pronoun differences.
So I'm not knocking on that person in any way, shape, or form. It was just this. The whole meme back then was just. I think nobody was ragging on that person for who they were. Just the whole aspect of leave Britney alone was just hysterical.
Yeah.
I think that's that. And because the internet was the internet and still is the internet, we found new shit. But still, leave Xbox fan. It's still a great console. I love it. And folks, the reason why I have a spare is because my luck with shit, somehow the one that I'm using is going to go FUBAR, and I want an extra. I want an extra on hand. That way, all I have to do is plug it in and go. But I love it. It's my entry. If I had the funds to get that new system, the 1 terabyte, I'd definitely pick it up, and I'd have 2 spares. Maybe I'd give one to somebody else.
Ooh.
But she won't take it because the controller's too big for her hands.
It doesn't feel right.
Too big for my hands. Too big for your hands.
There are some things that are just too big for my hands that are great, but this is one of those things that aren't.
You have to get used to big things in your hands, girl.
Not today. Not when it comes to my controllers.
It has to be.
Like, I'm trying to play a video game, I'd give my opponent a concussion.
For the benefit.
I guess it's better than Wii controllers.
Waving it around on people's faces.
It doesn't even work.
And the thing is, the folks that are the ones that the PC fanboys are like, well, you bet if you want inferior equipment, you might as well get an Xbox. Now, if you want inferior equipment, you might as well get a Nintendo Switch. At least that you can go mobile. It's like, wait a minute, let me counter that. If I wanted a Fisher Price level console, I would get a Nintendo console. What games do they have for their console? Oh, the same 3 that they put out almost seemingly every year. A new Mario game, a new Zelda game, and a new Pokemon game. Anything beyond that? Not really.
I will say this. If Switch ever had the chutzpah to put on Fallout 4, I will pick that up in a heartbeat.
I think they were supposed to put some more games with meat on it for the older
Skyrim
folks.
on there. If you have Skyrim on there, you can put Fallout 4 on there.
But here's the thing. I have a tinfoil hat theory in regards to it, or Alex Jones level theory in regards to certain things. I've done a spit on here before in regards to how Sony and their affiliates like Bethesda is an affiliate of Xbox now.
By the way, you're
Does
watching, you're listening to and watching Sasha After Dark, the podcast of darkness. 15 minutes into the episode, here's our intro.
dramatic
Pause.
pause. But the thing is, what came out, or at least Square Enix excuses, even though they're going to be putting Final Fantasy 16 on, guess what? But they won't put the Pixel remaster on the Xbox system because, I'm sure at least you know that if you develop a game and you put it on a platform, whether it be Sony's Xbox or PC, whether it be Steam or Epic, they take a cut for themselves. That's why when Borderlands 3 came out, it went to Epic first because they were offering a better deal than Steam at the time. I think Epic said, yeah, if you put it on us for first, it was going to be like, we'll take 5%, and Steam wanted 8%. So depending on all the sales, they would save all that extra money.
Yeah.
And somehow, what Square Enix is saying, yeah, we approach all the distributors in regards to when we release games, and just Xbox wanted so much money. Nah, my conspiracy theory is, yeah, the bundle with all those pixel remasters was coming out and being released during the whole controversy between Sony and Xbox over the Activision Blizzard deal, and you guys said no matter what they offer, say it's too much. You're not putting that on there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That it's pretty much Sony pulling the string, saying you're gonna, no matter what Microsoft says, whatever offer, it could be 5%. You tell them it's and somebody asks you about it, say it's no, that was too high. It was too high. No matter what they're offering, it's too high. And the thing is, that's when fans like me kind of miss out. Granted, yeah, I have a PS4, which I have to get a new controller for. Yeah, I'm yelling at the controller like that's going to fix the damn thing. But I have been playing at least a little bit, or up until the controller decided to go fuck itself. Why are you looking at me like I'm insane? How dare you look at me like I'm insane? But
Just listen you go onto a rant.
Hey, you can interject, but the system somehow it seemed like it wasn't drifting over to like the right or left. It was just one day it just went, fuck it, you're going over here now. I'm like, oh fuck, I was just getting into Final Fantasy VI. God damn it. By the way, I love the fact that you could find all the old Final Fantasy III for the NES strategy guides and the original Nintendo Power strategy guide for the first Final Fantasy online for free.
Oh yeah, you can get all that stuff online for free.
And I don't mean like going to game FAQ type of ordeal. I mean the actual strategy guide.
No, but there are complete scans and everything else. Trust me, I've been replaying Super Metroid, and the intensive like guide that Nintendo Power put out back in the day is very helpful. It's not step by step. You kind of got to figure out where you need to go and how you're going to get there. But
with the pixel remixes or reboot deal, it's not exactly the same game. It is, but it isn't. But those maps and everything does help in a way, in regards to.
It was a PlayStation 3 exclusive, and I'm not 100% sure, but there was like this game where you could design your own character, and it was like pixel art.
Yeah.
And it was like an RPG. And I'm like, why hasn't that gotten a revival yet? Because, I mean, I think that would still work today, because you have that kind of quasi 8-bit, 16-bit pixel graphic, but you also have like a decent RPG aspect to it too.
I remember seeing something on YouTube in regards to the pixel remasters and some of the stuff that, you know, because of the pixel remasters coming out and other stuff like, again, you could buy the Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, and everything past that on all the stores. What happened to the forgotten games that were out there? And they went over that particular one, what happened to it, and no one seems to really know why they haven't released that or made it a reboot, or it's like, oh, we don't want to, those sales were too low, or nobody in the States would want to play that sort of thing again.
It was done by, because it was called 3D Game Heroes. Looks like it was an Atlas game. And they make a lot of oddball stuff to begin with, because aren't they the same people that do oh, what's it called? Harvest Moon? Or no, that's Natsume. But Atlas does a lot of weird stuff. It looks like it was only PlayStation 3, but it's kind of like a Zelda clone, but you also have that 3D like graphic aspect to it.
I know I picked up something that was similar for mine. It reminded me of a Zelda game. It has a name. I don't know what it was, but it reminded me of a Zelda clone. That's what it was. It was the top down filter Xbox One. It was Anodyne. There it is.
Oh, I remember Anodyne.
Anodyne.
Okay.
It feels like a Link to the Past type of.
Uh-oh, internet connection is unstable.
Hold on.
We got it.
Hold on.
Yeah, I guess it overheard us talking about Xbox and Microsoft, and the computer's like, fuck you, asshole, you haven't update, you haven't done anything yet. Yeah, well, update, you can wait.
Welcome to my hell.
We were experiencing technical difficulties because Microsoft owns us all.
If you own me, Microsoft, I want some money to get some new shit from you.
I mean, I guess that was the internet's way of politely telling us, yeah, you're done with Xbox. Done. We've covered it. You're good. You start talking about PlayStation games. Fuck is wrong with you?
How dare you? I mean, I was talking about, I was like, hey, Anodyne was a good Link to the Past clone. At least from what I was playing with it.
Whenever we have a technical difficulty, we need to get that little clip from The Simpsons with the technical difficulty that shows the drunken cameraman. We're experiencing technical difficulties, drunken cameraman passing out.
But anyway, what I'm inserting when I sew everything in together. Guess what I'm?
Yes, we need that clip.
When I sew everything together, I'm putting that clip in
with that song or whatever goes with it. But
for the audio side, folks at home on the audio side, you're going to hear 2 hours later.
Yeah. Anywho,
so